Howdy ho everyone, another muscle machines to come into the channel. It's my second transporter, it's number 14, and maybe it's the transporter lineup. I'm not sure if this is the overall lineup or I don't know. It's interesting, they actually have stickers to designate these differences. This is a sticker, and then right here, what's inside this box is a sticker. So it's a flatbed JDM style, and it's got the 1999 Nissan GTR 34 silhouette thing. I have the red one. I reviewed that. That was my first one I reviewed. But I like this casting enough and this car enough in real life that I decided to get the blue one. I don't actually care about the transporter, but if I have to buy that, I will. Officially licensed stuff. This is a legitimate company. It's Maisto. It's interesting. It's France. Huh. I always thought it was Italian. Okay, well, anyways, there we go. So, cardboard. The box isn't that much bigger than the model, and you can actually still see the model through the packaging, so pretty smart packaging design. There's a little piece of... oh, that's odd. My other transporter had a piece of plastic on it to keep the tires from doing that. I find that these fake rubber tires on all these toys, they very often leach chemicals or something and they get stuck to display stands, or in this case they stain that deck. Oh well, no big deal. Let's start off with the truck because I've already reviewed the car. I don't think that car exhausts in blue in real life. That's the real car in red. You know what, this is a little tall, so I'm gonna put this on, move the camera up a little bit so we can get a better light down view. Let's start with the top view just to mix it up. This is really interesting. I don't know why the light is not centered. But it's not. Why would they do that? Like, why is this rectangle not centered? That's really strange. I don't know why they would do that. Please leave a comment if you know why. It's very odd. I can't get around that. That makes no sense whatsoever. Because it's just hanging off here, right? But it's clearly, these pegs are clearly offset, so I think whoever designed this made a mistake and no one caught it. Like, this is just a poor design choice. Why would someone stagger those posts? Really weird, really weird. Okay, well, we got 4 tires as part of this plastic thing, so there's no indication of a wheel though, or even them being hollow. Looks like some sort of winch kind of details there. Diamond pattern looks pretty nice here. It's actually 3-dimensional. Unfortunately, the wheel chocks are almost worthless, is what I found on my first transporter, because, right, this is a children's toy. So, like, how many children are you going to annoy by having such a small wheel chock? You could have easily just made a bump, like that big, right? So it keeps the car inside the thing. Maybe, well, I mean, there's so much clearance here. You could have easily had something, or even like a shelf. I mean, a wall, just like this wall here. Just have it on the back. Well, anyways, let's see. Does this even move? Yes, it does. There's a slot there, and then it definitely rests on the ground at such a crazy angle it doesn't make sense, but it is a toy after all. But see, another part of this, right? It won't stay on the ramp. So you can't actually put the car on the ramp and then move the ramp up. So it's basically, it's not a really functional toy. That's the only way it's supposed to be. It's just without moving it, right? Okay, just raw plastic down there. It's interesting. This is now like a metal flake plastic back here, I'm noticing. It looks like there's metal flakes in there. Not so much on the front side, though. Well, I guess there is some metal flaking up there. Okay, so the ramp is nicely tight though, and it's got loop rings here molded in, but no silver paint like on the other transporter I have. Alright, nice metallic blue paint on this thing, and then we have nice tampo printing. It's not a decal, so that is literally black paint there, so that's nice. And they painted on these running lights very nicely, very good. I'm using the word nice a lot. There's a lot of chrome work down here for the engine, or one would have to assume that's what that is. And then the exhaust stacks are pretty cool because look how deep they go. That's insane. I don't know if they're just all the way hollow, but that toothpick just can't go any further. I'm sure it could if it wasn't curved. So it's all round, it's all chromed, and it's actually hollow. That's an awesome exhaust system. Seems to be pegged in right there into the back of the cabin. I like how the cabin has a little bit of a wing lip there to kick air up over that oddly spaced light there. Also, I don't know why this is even clear. Yeah, right? Why do you... People don't want to see those two pegs. It should just be like a chromed orange sort of light or something. Alright, well anyways, the side graphics look pretty good. Seems like this is all plastic back here, but the cabin is die-cast metal. There's some bumps here with some white paint. Maybe that's supposed to be a fuel filler. And then again, nice tampo printing. You got a matte black and a gloss black, and then the white and Bride, that's a real company. They make seats. And then LB Performance there. And this thing's running Yokohama's, and the printing is generally concentric, so that's very good. The sidewalls look okay. They're not super flat. There's a little curvature going into the wheel and then curving out by the treads. You can't even really see the treads too much, which is what the way tires are for the road, you know, so that's good. And then you can see them on the bottom fine. They're staggered quite a bit in both dimensions, width and height. There's a couple of locking things, but the box had no accommodation for that. Maybe they're going to come out with like a superset, you know, and they're future-proofing that. There's probably a screw way down in there and two screws in the back holding it together. You got two chrome fuel tanks that you can't even appreciate. So that's interesting. That's interesting they would have those because you can't see any of it here. Maybe they should have had like a cutout here, you know, then you could see some of the tank. I think this is like a batch production number. I don't think it's a serial number. It says JDM flatbed and who made it. UKCA. Alright, CE approval. Alright. Let's go to the front. Well, no, front of the cabin here. I don't know what that is. Maybe a vent. There's a big fender flare, and it's got some nut details there, and then some step recesses. The panel gaps are okay. Door handle looks okay. Totally blacked out window. There's no interior, and that's fine by me. And then the front end, well, that's interesting. The side looks very modern. The front looks very old school, like a 70s kind of truck or 60s kind of semi-truck. But I like that the headlights are printed, so they look like they're three-dimensional, like Hot Wheels does it. These bumps here, it's asymmetric, 4 bumps here, like a handle maybe there. This one has wiper blades, but they're really thick. I don't know why. I guess that had to do with the casting process, but they stick out so far. Interesting. Yeah, I guess you could take some black Sharpie and Sharpie those black up there. Alright, so blacked out window. This little sun visor thing, I guess that's part of the casting, and it's just painted black, so it's painted nice. Alright, the whole bumper is plastic, and so is the grille, probably the same piece. Some sort of hole there with some nuts details and bolt details for holding the bumper on, and this and this. This one's asymmetric again. A lot of asymmetry going on the front end of that. I kind of like it. I like asymmetric things. This side here is symmetric to the other side, and so is all this. Yeah, it's a wasted opportunity. You have these nice tanks and no way to see them. So I would assume that is a fuel filler then, if that is the fuel tank. Alright, going to the back, we do have some red painted taillights with the silver surround, and then we have some orange reflectors on the mud flaps, so that's pretty good. The mud flaps are pretty thick. I don't think those would break very easily. And then this is actually hollowed out, so that's nice, and it's got a tow hitch ball. It's literally a ball, it's not like just a hot dog. Okay, and then what is this blue thing here? It's got nothing to do with the ramp. I'm not sure why it's got these two bumps. I kind of feel like it would be cool to have a license plate. I suppose that's what maybe this recess is for. But there's no printing or anything like that. Okay, well, all in all, it's pretty good. I mean, it's I assume this is a fantasy truck, but please leave a message if this is actually modeled after a real truck. I'm now noticing these mirrors are sticking out. No silver paint on the backside, though. So, all in all, that's okay, except for that weird light thing as to why it's offset. That's a total mystery. Very odd. Alright, well, these things all roll pretty nice. They are toys, after all. It's a silent roller. Stealth roll. This is no different than the red one I reviewed, other than the fact that it's blue. So, I'm going to just quickly talk about it. Exhaust pipe coming out the side. It's got a silver ring, recessed black. The wheels are fantastic, although I'm not a fan of the disc brakes because, you know, there's no such thing as a white brake rotor. But you got 5 lug nut details in there. The Yokohama's printed very nice, 3-dimensional sidewalls. Door handle sticking out. All this tampo printing is fantastic. Blacked out window, but you got some sponsorship printed on there. You can clearly see this wing is a separate piece, and clearly it's not in there well, but it's not falling out either. But you can unscrew it and then melt the plastic post even tighter or glue it down. Maybe I'll do that another day. You know, some side pipe engine details and all that stuff. Tire tread, staggered size tires. They're recessed into the body, but the thing rolls as you saw. Nice 3-dimensional printing here for the headlights. Nice grille pattern. This one has a license plate printed on. Right, turn signals as well. So vents even have like black up in here, probably part of the interior, although there's no interior, just inside plastic parts. Yeah, so very good. Painted on taillights, diffuser, literally air passing here, touching the tire. The wing is very thin. It's not super thick like a Hot Wheels, so it's really cool. And then again, a license plate. So this little model has probably more detail printed on it than this truck because it's got license plates and all that. But anyways, they look pretty good together, right? It's a matching set. So here's the red one, my first Muscle Machines. I actually have poster putty in there because I want the thing rolling off things. It has the same wheels, it's just that those wheels are black, you know, and now we have white ones. But both of them have the round mimicking of brake systems, which I'm not a fan of because it's just not the right color. Here's a Chorokyu with 3D printed wheels. Here's a similar but different brand called Cart or C-A-Art. So it's a different type of deformation. And then here's the Hot Wheels Blings, which I 3D printed some wheels for. This is called the Out of Line. Man, that's so shiny. Out of Line, but it's clearly an R34 on the front, but the rear is quite a fantasy livery. So Muscle Machines are definitely bigger than 1/64 scale. Yeah, now I'm going to show you a realistic one. One thing I didn't even notice is the wheels on the truck. I was so more looking forward to the car. So let's go back and just look at these wheels. Well, they look like truck wheels. Some big center cap here and a whole bunch of little holes there. Unfortunately, a little extra plastic in that hole, but oh no, I knocked it out. And then the rear, I don't know, I've never seen a truck wheel like that at all. It just has so many holes in it. I guess it's some sort of aftermarket semi-truck wheel, right? But is it passing air? Yeah, they're passing air. You can see here, you know, my finger behind there. So I guess that's all right. For a fantasy vehicle, it's pretty cool, I guess, for a truck. It's just a little bit big for my collecting. Well, another Muscle Machines and another happy purchase. They're not overpriced, so that's what I like. I like that they're all tampo printed, and I just like deformed vehicles because I don't expect them to look realistic. I'm never really let down, you know. All the quality control is quite good here by Muscle Machines. It's just that one weird design decision. It's weird, but at least it looks nice. It's well executed. So thank you for watching today, and stay tuned. We'll see some more Muscle Machines later down the road. All right, bye.